include the #1 player in the world, Scotty Scheffler, and the 2017 Players Champion, Si-Woo Kim. Both beginning the day at 11 under, 5 back.
This is game number 40. On the tee from the USA, Scotty Scheffler.
And you just wonder when this off-the-charts sensational consistency will wane a little bit for Scheffler, but he just keeps going.
Probably about 10 years from now, he's something else, this guy. He is a thoroughbred from an early age. Interesting footwork that a lot of people question, but nobody questions anything Scotty Scheffler's doing now.
Top 10 after a major championship round for the 17th time in his last 20 major rounds. That's getting comfortable in the heat, right?
Yeah, no question. And it takes, you got to get there a few times to know what it feels like.
On the tee from South Korea, Si-Woo Kim.
Si-Woo Kim, 3 PGA Tour victories, the big one coming at TPC Sawgrass. At a very young age, just 21, became the youngest Players Champion. He shot a 67 yesterday to get into this group. Third to last pairing with Scheffler.
Yeah, he's led the field in putting so far. Pretty nice. So these guys have the experience to post a good score.
So just 4 more players to get out of the final round of the 150th Open Championship.
Justin, how do you feel about your performance today?
Yeah, obviously there were some ups and downs out there, but that tap right after 18 was incredible.
So talk us through it.
Well, had the right eye line, the right tap. Then the drizzle came, which was perfect.
Are you talking about ice cream?
It's actually, brain freeze.
It's like that putt on the 9th.
Tap your MasterCard, the safer and easier way to pay like a pro, and start something priceless.
AGT is the best party. You can never get enough me.
How do we start the season like this?
Do you like me?
America's Got Talent, streaming on Peacock.
I'm here to find my family. Where the hell are we? Welcome home. Let's go.
Station, such humiliation and glory. It's more than a game. It's life. Premier League mornings. Season begins August 5th on NBC, USA, and Peacock.
Did you see a UFO in that cloud?
Yeah. No.
Run!
No. Yeah. Rated R. The LPGA's top players
Minjee Lee is finally a major champion.
take on the season's next major on a stunning stage. The Amundi Evian Championship. Thursday on Golf Channel and Peacock.
Jordan Spieth is 1 under par after 2 holes. This was his second shot of the third.
Sit down.
Oh, and it sat down all right. He just glues one at the third, and He went on to make that. Scheffler back at the first.
You're talking things over with Ted Scott.
11. Just left of it.
And a pretty good introduction to links golf for Scotty Scheffler, but we made the note yesterday that he's got so much talent, it doesn't take him long to figure any place out.
Right where you're supposed to hit it, actually.
Up at the second, Adam Scott for birdie. Matthew Fitzpatrick has already missed. You see his mark there, upcoming for par. And Adam Scott rolls it in. He did have renewed confidence with his putting game. And Scott moves to double digits, 6 behind. Back at the first for Siwoo Kim.
Watch how quiet his club is at the top of his backswing. Nice position there. Pulls it down.
Beautiful rhythm and tempo. So Siwoo will have a very close look for an opening birdie. The way you see it, Zing, is that second to last group. Those are really the only real kind of threats because they're obviously the closest four back. But
that's what I think. It doesn't make me right. They could go shoot 62 or something crazy back there, but I don't know if that's, I don't know how many under it's going to take to win. Maybe 20, 21, maybe less.
Dean Burmester with a birdie there at the 8, 4 under for the day, and now 9 under for the championship. We go up to 18.
Kaukan Jana here, coming home. Just a little flip wedge with his second that gets away from him a bit. Now the last memorable Sunday going for him in his very first Open.
Is it really long?
And Cam Smith making his way over. Next tee time here in just a couple minutes. The two Cams playing together for the second straight day all weekend. We'll see if he can turn around that magical putter. Walks right by the claret jug. And back up at the second. Fleetwood after an opening birdie looking for another one here.
Holding it.
You can get to this hole today if you hit a good tee shot. And there's a terrific second.
Just tell by that free swing that Tommy Fleetwood has been showing us all week that the confidence is indeed returning. And here's Cam Young, 25 years old, number 32 in the world. Got off to that great start on Thursday, birdie 4 the first 6 holes. Did have some problems yesterday, but has not gone away. Kaukan Jana for birdie now at the last. And that's the way you end your first Open. And you do it with a 65. Sadam Kaukan Jana, 24-year-old from Thailand. He was one of Asia's top amateur players before he turned pro. And memorable day for him. And Smith hoping that he's got at least a 65. And you think, Zing, that not both McIlroy and Hovland are going to take a step back. And so somebody's got to go low and hope that one or both come back. We'll see.
Yep.
Scheffler now up in the first green. To get within 4.
Yeah, I expect both Camerons to play well. Certainly one of the two of those guys is going to get out of the gate here and play this front 9 really well. Scheffler could do it. But I believe one of those two Camerons is going to get off to a good start. They dealt with all that Saturday pressure, being in the last group yesterday. Today's more relaxing for them, and we'll see if they can get after it.
Well, there's the Rusacks Hotel, where a lot of our folks have been staying this week. Staff there has been unbelievable. You talk about a great view. None better than atop the rooftop at Rusacks. We've enjoyed a couple dinners this week, Zing.
It is really nice up there.
You just pinch yourself that you're here.
Yep.
Among all this history. as the next group, second to last pairing, is about to be introduced.
This is game number 41. On the tee from Australia, Cameron Smith.
And that opening bogey by Cam Smith yesterday kind of told the tale.
It did. We saw right away where his struggles would be. He had 21 or 28 putts each of the first two rounds, 35 putts yesterday. And he can definitely turn that around.
Mark Rolfing will be with this second to last group. The Cams on another day of the weekend here at the Open.
He's going to play with a purpose, I think, today for sure.
This one is pretty high, headed up the right-hand side a little bit. Not sure he hit it quite as far as he would have liked.
On the tee from the USA, Cameron Young.
He told the story yesterday of how his dad, David, the longtime head professional at Sleepy Hollow Country Club in the New York area, had to ask permission on a family vacation for his son to play the back tees, the back plates as they call them. Well, here he is on a Sunday at the Open in the second to last group.
And another good one here. Expecting one of these players to make a three here, Paul, and come out and make a statement.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. There's only been 6 birdies on this hole, 5 balls into the Swilken burn. If you're willing to risk getting it close, you're going to have to risk the Swilken burn.
So Rory awaits.
This is going to be the most important part of the game today for Rory. You expect him tee to green to be pretty sharp, but on the greens, you know, these guys are going to have to go at it, putt against putt today.
And this is while that previous group was teeing off. Siwoo Kim rolling down his birdie.
He's one putted half the holes this week. Now, actually, he's less than half, just barely.
Rory coming down, the clear favorite on the golf course before the championship began, and has just cemented his popularity here as the week has gone on. Well, the Senior Open comes your way. 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern next Thursday. Golf Channel and Peacock with a presentation from Glen Eagles, where we were all at a Ryder Cup a few years back. Magnificent facility. And at 18, Abraham Answer finishing off a solid day. This just earlier for a birdie at the last. And
65.
Yeah, Kalkinjana and Answer playing together, both shot 65. So we've had a 64 already today and a pair of 65s.
Yep, it's out there for the taking. If you feel good today, you can go low.
And here's Dustin Johnson at the second. That was a good-looking stroke.
Yeah, there it is. He hasn't made many.
Yeah, he kind of got off track a little bit with that putter yesterday, he and Scheffler.
Yeah, DJ was using actually a different putter in his practice rounds than he's putted with this week.
Speaking of Scheffler, he's back on the tee.
It's a pretty wide fairway, but you can definitely make a mistake left here into the Cheap's bunker.
And that's our Top Tracer technology.
There's Gorsted's reach ball on the right, and he's going to skirt it.
That's as close as you can get.
About a miracle. Wow. That's a full shot saved.
Yeah, the Cheap bunker will cost you.
They look like they think they're probably in it, but they're not. He's perfect now.
That bunker's like a black hole, Singer.
Yep.
It swallows anything that goes near it, usually.
Yeah, he was lucky that skirted on by. Boy, now these two guys, think about what they've been through all morning in their head, trying not to get ahead of themselves, going through their routine. They have completely different routines as well. Rory gets to the course 3 hours early, goes to the fitness trailer, does a little workout.
Yeah, he has just concentrated on what he says, staying in the cocoon, staying in his bubble. That's what he's been doing every single day. Now, Cam Young, Mark?
120 to the hole, but critical yardage is 114 over the burn.
would have liked.
It's just got to be a perfect yardage today. You're not going to risk the burn.
How aggressive will the two cams be today? We're in the midst of finding out.
I like this yardage for Smith, 92.
Yeah, that's a wheelhouse number for this guy. He has been red hot with his wedges this week.
Smith said, even though his putting didn't work very well yesterday, he said, I hit it as well as I have all week. Rory McIlroy and Victor Hovland about to begin the final round quest at golf's oldest major championship.
Throughout my career, I paid attention to players that have guided me. Fax and Arnold Palmer and David Toms, Payne Stewart, how they've handled themselves on the course, off the course. Giving back is good energy. That's what it's all about. It's much greater than the game of golf itself. It lifts everybody up. I'm Billy Andrade. I am so honored to be this year's recipient of the Payne Stewart Award presented by Southern Company.
Joint pain used to keep me out of these moments, but not anymore. Blue Emu put me back in the game. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
Give me more Vibracore.
What are you talking about, Duffy?
I'm talking about more feel. I'm talking about more power. I'm talking about more forgiveness. I'm talking about more winning. We're talking about all new Vibracore.
Absolutely the longest and best peeling irons you'll ever hit.
We're talking about Mike Weir and Alex Chaker. You know these guys know.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? Downy Unstoppables In-Wash Scent Boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppables In-Wash Scent Boosters.
A lot of people assume NBA players can reach anything.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance. But State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Here you go.
Thanks, John Quirrell.
Here's your mustard.
Thanks, Boban.
Need me to reach anything else?
No.
Because I can reach it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
One putt to win.
He could still win the championship.
Imagine how excited mom and dad are to see this moment. Their little girl with all that potential. This is a beautifully played shot, Johnny. Look at this.
The 150th Open, brought to you by MasterCard. Together we can start something priceless. Doosan, building your tomorrow today. HSBC, opening up a world of opportunity. And by Hugo Boss, be your own boss.
Well, the moment has arrived behind us on the first tee. We always talk about the setting here at the Open, usually with the 18th as grandstands are on either side. It's a rare setting in golf, but this is different. This is the first and the 18th. I just walked out to watch Scotty Scheffler tee off a couple of groups ago, and behind that first tee, you have people above you, around you, on either side. There's a buzz in the air. More people back here behind me at our set than there have been throughout the day. Everybody's ready to see this last group. Will it be match play situation? Not right away, but maybe as the day evolves on, as Rory McIlroy tries to become the 20th person to win 5 major championships. And then there's Victor Hovland. His story obviously overshadowed because of the attention on McIlroy, but worth noting, a player in his 10th professional major, a player who has not finished in the top 10 in any of those majors. Being around the lead in the last group hasn't happened often this year for Hovland. You have to go back to Riviera in February to find the last time he was in the last group. So all of that pressure and the whole setting in front of them, and just know it's their left. The 18th green, one of them could walk off and get their hands on that claret jug. Sitting next to them, right behind us, on the first tee, the 150th Open Championship. The final game begins now.
This is game number 42. On the tee from Northern Ireland, Rory McIlroy.
It has been 2,898 days since that last major title at the 2014 PGA. His fans, and especially Rory, have been waiting a long time to break the drought. Could there be a better spot to do it? John Wood will be following Rory this afternoon and into the early evening.
Barely a breeze out here right now, guys. Absolutely perfect conditions. This is right up the left center in a perfect spot.
On the tee from Norway, Victor Hovland.
And you could say it's appropriate for the most international of the four majors. Hovland, the first player from Norway to lead after a round of a men's major, and the 30th different country represented at the top of the leaderboard. Nota Begay will be following the Norwegian today.
Beautiful aggressive swing here from Hovland, off to a nice start right down the middle.
We said it was a comfortable pairing. They know each other well. They were Ryder Cup mates last year at Whistling Straits, and they're parked out there just about a few paces away from each other at the opening hole. So this anticipation building, and already McIlroy getting an earful from the gigantic stands that he makes his way by to the right of the first. He just hopes they're ringing in his ears again as he comes home across the Swilken Bridge later on. Victor Hovland, a very popular player. Oh, he has nice guys, well-liked, but it's just been Rory's week.
Hey, look, Victor Hovland will smile while he's standing on the back of your neck. And, you know, truthfully, Rory's he's not been an intimidating player, and those two guys are very comfortable with each other, which I think helps Victor.
Up ahead, Cam Smith trying to get this putter going. That was just earlier, and that was a lot like we saw yesterday, as he was 9 shots over the 64 that he shot on Friday yesterday. Smith and Young shot 73 and 71. Just not their day in that final pairing yesterday. Up at the second, Scheffler for birdie.
Yeah, you won't get many better looks than that at that hole.
And back at the first, this was Cam Young for par, so he's tested out of the gates here. It's like Cam Smith started off yesterday.
A little rough patch with the putter here. He sculled his chip shot on 18, 4-putted 16 yesterday, so it's just that big 3-putt. That's a big one.
Up to the third, David.
And DJ for birdie. If he can pop this one in. Oh. That would have taken him to 12 under, 4 back.
As we check out the game-changing approach presented by PSG, there's McIlroy, 256 yards out there. Hovland, just about the same distance. They've got Hovland 100 yards even left. McIlroy a little over that. And so Rory will play first, John Wood.
Absolutely, 102 from a perfect position. I would rather be going first just to get things started here. Not as much wind as they've had to deal with all week long. So you could be maybe a little bit more aggressive, not worrying about getting hit, but you still want to land this past the flag, maybe spin it back a touch.
Well, how comfortable is he? It's a race to get comfortable. It's a race to be relaxed.
Sandwich for Rory. Looks really good distance-wise.
That's how you want to start.
That's exactly how you want to start. Victor Hovland, you know, these two guys are just looking at each other saying, man, you're the only thing standing between me and the claret jug right now, unless somebody goes bananas behind them.
All right, Hovland now. Nota?
Yeah, from 100, it's got to be taken into consideration that burn. It is oh so close. Seen a number of balls already find that water. Maybe just a little bit deep. If you can catch a good, crisp strike, spin it a little.
Oh, Hovland. Okay. Cuts it off there nicely. So head-to-head comparison for Rory and Victor, obviously. In the major championships, McIlroy has the big advantage, 33 years old. Hovland just 24, 54 major starts for Rory. He's got the 4 major championship wins, all those top 10s. Hovland, nary a one. But again, just his 12th major start, or his 11th major start. And so Rory, both top 10s in the world. So this could be one of those epic duels that we've seen in Open Championships.
The U.S. Amateur used to count as a major. And Victor Hovland won that easily, really. He never was behind in a single match. And he is a vicious head-to-head player. He's young. A lot of guys, Jordan Spieth, a lot of these players in their careers have won their majors, Rory as well, when they were very young.
Up to the third.
Scotty Scheffler having a dance at that one. Looking at it like it might be a little left. Yeah, that's just fine. You can go left all day at St. Andrews, but it depending where the flag sticks are located, it can make it awkward for you.
And back to the scene here at the first. McIlroy, first for birdie, John.
Yeah, and Dan, I happened to text the master last night, Tiger, to see what he would be thinking going into this last round. He was nice enough to answer, and he said this: if I shot 19 under par, which would tie the lowest score in relation to par in all 4 majors, I would win. How do I go about doing that? No bunkers, no 3-putts, and take care of the drivable par 4s and take care of the par 5s. Maybe sneak in 1 or 2 more. Lo and behold, a score around 68 without doing anything special. So
sounds pretty easy.
Very simple.
Simple formula, Woody. For a guy that's won 15 majors, that seems pretty routine.
Well, it's great advice. I mean, we're getting into the head of the guy that, did all the damage. Well, we all got to watch, and he's right about that. You have to avoid the bunkers, no 3-putts. That's huge, and I think it's going to come down to some putting today. These two guys are going to face each other on the greens. And they're going to react. Yesterday, if you remember, every time Rory from the 10th hole on put the pressure on Victor Hovland responded. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere. This is not going to be easy today for Rory McIlroy. He knows it won't be handed to him. He's claimed, I've earned everything I've ever won. I'm going to have to earn this today.
Up at the second, Cam Smith second.
Throwing another good shot.
Boy, that had designs of maybe crawling up the stick and down, so Smith will have a good look at a birdie at the second. Currently is in solo third, 4 back. And back at the first, you take a look at the final round scoring average. McIlroy has been sensational. That was kind of the last piece of the puzzle that he had to put together, finish off tournaments, especially in major championships. He's been good. And now Hovland for birdie, Nota.
A very subtle break going right back toward the burn. Can give us a nice run.
He ran it by.
Maybe a little nervy there, Zane.
Yeah, he gunned it. He owned 5 putts yesterday over 12 feet. He made those 2 big ones back-to-back yesterday. His touch was incredible, and second for the week in putting.
Well, I was really impressed. He picked up on some real nice subtleties in some of the breaks and some of the pockets of these greens, sometimes 3 or 4 greens within one. But he did a nice job of picking up on those subtleties, just a little strong on that first effort.
So a couple of pars for the final pairing, and we made it 16 under, 4 clear of Smith, who's up ahead at the second with a makeable birdie. And so this pressurized, lengthy stroll around these historic links begins as they go out, and then they'll take that loop beginning at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, turn back in toward the town at the 12th, and hope that history's on their side. It is a scene unlike any other, high above St. Andrews. And then That's the walk that they hope is the most memorable of their career. And it should be. If Hovland or McIlroy take it, we'll see. Up at the third.
Scheffler with his second shot. And the hole is cut on the right-hand side of the green today, right over a peculiar little crater. Right there it is. And that's a beautiful shot from Scheffler. It's a great chance. Back at the second.
In this par 4, 451 yards, McIlroy.
Probably the best driver of the golf ball, at least the last 10 years. Anybody in the world.
Considering if there's been any chink in his armor over the years, that's playing in the wind. He likes to hit the ball high, and today he absolutely can.
Yeah, that's a really good point. The fact that the wind's not howling. That is a massive tee shot. Just a flip wedge in from there.
Also, it's hard to criticize McIlroy, but if you had to, maybe a lot of people have talked about how he's gotten it done on soft courses. This thing has been fiery all week, the old course. And we're going to check out Victor Hovland's tee shot here with our top tracer technology.
And Victor aims a little right and then hits kind of a little pull cut.
Did a nice job yesterday, Zing, going toe-to-toe with the driver with Rory, but still swinging within himself. It's down the left center.
Yep, just slides it right on by the Chiefs bunker. Two beautiful tee shots to start that second hole.
Solid start by Hovland and McIlroy.
Hiring is step one when it comes to our growth. We can't open a new shop or a new location without the right people in place. I couldn't keep up until I found ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps us get out there quickly and get us qualified candidates quickly. They sent us applicants that matched what I was looking for. I've hired for every role, entry-level technicians, service advisors, store managers. ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
ZipRecruiter, rated the #1 hiring site. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/golf.
You'll find the world's largest selection of everything golf from the finest brand names at carlsgolfland.com, including Callaway.
Why do you play Chrome Soft?
It helps me win majors.
I get way better consistency.
There's just no ball is better. Chrome Soft. Better for the best. Better for everyone.
Callaway Chrome Soft golf balls. Available at carlsgolfland.com. Land of golf plenty. Free shipping, free returns.
The new Brown Sugar Cream Cold Brew keeps it calm, cool, and cold brewed all summer long. And it's topped with a brown sugar cold foam. Cold foam on a cold brew? That's double cool. Get any medium cold brew now for $3. Golfballs.com is the world leader in customized golf balls. Choose from the very best in golf, including Srixon's family of award-winning golf balls. Add your name or message, promote your company or event, or improve your game with a custom alignment aid. Available now at golfballs.com.
It's electric, made extraordinary. Ingenuity in motion. It listens, learns, adapts, and anticipates your every need. With intelligence that feels anything but artificial. The EQS from Mercedes-Benz. It's the car electric has been waiting for.
The playoffs. It's taken your best just to get here. Now, it takes more. Because if you want to win the ultimate prize, you have to earn it. The FedEx Cup Playoffs on NBC, Golf Channel, and Peacock.
Elevate your game with Golf Now Complete. Line up the perfect shot with GPS. Play better with post-round analysis. And go head-to-head with friends. All for free with the only golf app you need on the course. Download Golf Now Compete today.
That was a good eagle attempt by Jordan Spieth at the par 5 fifth. That'll be a tap-in birdie for Spieth, and he is 3 under in his first 5 holes, so making an early move, getting it to 11 under. And in that playing third, you probably saw Cameron Smith make his first birdie to get within 3 at 13 under now. Burmester here now with his second at the short par 4 10th. Just 362 yards. And that will be a birdie for Burmester, and he's 5 under on his round. So again, more proof that you can go get this course today as you take a look at McIlroy and Hovland at the second. Hovland well away with his second upcoming.
Well, if you look at the flag sticks, you can tell the wind has quit.
Hey guys, Hovland from 121 walked all the way up to the front part of the green just to get a good sense of where that hole is cut. And I'm talking to his coach, Alan Bratton from Oklahoma State. He's always talked about, obviously, his work ethic, but just has a good mind of sorting out all the information, figuring out what's important. But interesting note is he almost didn't make it to Oklahoma State because Alan Bratton went over to watch the 2013 European Boys Championship and was going to look at Christopher Ventura, who eventually also went to Oklahoma State. Hovland was the third best player on the Norwegian boys team, and he ended up getting both those players, which not only put a strong team together, but was a great break for Victor Hovland and getting to go to a great program.
And note we're looking at the national championship picture and then the U.S. Amateur title that he won at Pebble Beach. He's got a history of low performances as an amateur, low amateur at the Masters, and he was kind of like Rory McIlroy, who was a real prodigy. He was a low amateur at the U.S. Open as well. So there is a quick history of success for Hovland, who's looking at this second.
It's really important to strike first, I think, here. For Victor or Rory, he's got a little something going on in his eye, maybe a fleck of sand flicked up there after he hit it.
Rory now perfectly positioned. He walked all the way up as well to take a look. 91 yards. This should be a wheelhouse L wedge for him, Zinger.
Yep, great chance for him to strike right here.
Flighted on the low side.
Way long. Yeah, that's adrenaline for sure. They can't keep doing that. Cameron Smith charging up ahead there.
To the fourth.
Scotty Scheffler on the tee here at the 496-yard par 4. Here's caddy Ted Scott, say beauty there, and it should be positioned nicely. His fourth has yielded the fewest number of birdies of any hole on the front 9 throughout the first 3 rounds. We go to the 5th.
And like Spieth, Cantley with an eagle attempt. And that stretches out and in for Cantley to get to 10 under. So he had that bogey at the second, but he's now birdied the third and eagled the 5th. We go to the 18th tee for the Italian, Filippo Celli, the amateur, putting the finishing touches on low amateur honors, the silver medal. Gonna go to this guy.
Yeah, he's got it locked up.
He's got some confidence after his round yesterday. He said, I'm hoping I'm that one guy for the Ryder Cup when it goes to Rome, and he hasn't even turned professional yet. But he has enjoyed a fantastic week for Italy. And there's the length of this birdie putt for McIlroy.
Yeah, pretty substandard wedge. He hit the second longest drive at the second.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, Zinger. Just so pumped up. It'll take a couple holes to kind of get everything under control and say, all right, it's still just golf.
Yep.
But his putting has been fantastic all week, especially his long putting. Great speed, and his stroke has looked so free and athletic, not mechanical at all. It just looks like one last look and he goes.
Well, everything is predicated on what works under pressure, and so far so good. Rory's had the pressure on him all week. Expectations heaped upon his shoulders. He kind of carries the world of golf on his shoulders right now.
And this looks straight for a long time, and then maybe the last 8 feet moving to his left.
And I like to watch the putter head, mostly on the shorter ones, but when that putter head flows through impact and beyond, that's when he's really tough to beat. And he made two great putts to win in Canada on the last two holes. So he's got a win under his belt, and it's fairly recent.
And he's had all this major success lately, even though he hasn't broken through. But remember, since his last major title, he's played in the final pairing of the final round of a major just one other time. And that was the 2018 Masters. To the third.
Cam Smith's second shot. Three-quarter wedge. Hits on the slope. Carries it on a little bit. Not bad. Back to the second.
Good look high above this par 4 second. Pop bunkers popping up everywhere. Hovland for birdie now. So a par start for Hovland and McIlroy.
Pretty good start. One's tricky. Two's a dangerous hole. Now the third hole will be a birdie opportunity if you hit a good tee shot.
As they settle into this round, which is just one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. There'll be other opens for these guys, but other opens at St. Andrews in this position, not likely. Adam Scott at the fifth, par 5, second. Curls off the right edge.
This flag is cut 85 yards from the front of the green.
Well, Zing, you played in a lot of these major championships, and of course the amateur leaderboard at the Masters, the U.S. Open, this championship, and PGA Championship, always such a huge deal. So what is it like, do you think, for Filippo Celli to come down this famous walk, knowing he's got a silver medal, and he'll be a part of the presentation later on when they give the claret jug to the Open champion?
You said it earlier, you know, what an opportunity. He's taken advantage of it. Several amateurs made the cut, but he's coming out on top. And, you know, we've seen a lot of old footage of tournaments here in the past, and those names that pop up. Faldo was on the board here in 78. You know, you don't realize that these guys, these young names, they produce early. And then you look back and say, oh, wow, should have seen that coming.
Yeah, back at the third.
This hole's played into the wind all week. Nothing right now. 365 front edge. And if he can get a good one and get a good bounce, he might be able to get this pretty close, especially with that back pin. Nice and aggressive play.
Pull hooked it a little bit. There's one bunker over there.
And this is headed very close to it.
There it is. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Okay, you can breathe out, as that bunker is no good.
No, it isn't. 335 to reach it.
Well, these aren't exactly pigeons at the top, but this could be the cat among them in just a moment.
So good, David.
Ounce faster, that goes in. Back on the tee. Hovland, Noda. Hits the ball hard. Looks like he hits the ball harder than anybody. And another one. That's just fine. So two good chances to make three here at the third for our final group. And they're in place early here at St. Andrews. We'll occupy those spots waiting for this final group to make that amazing walk to the 18th green. Rory McIlroy, along with Victor Hovland, lead.
Experience 3 of the most spectacular courses in the world. Trump Doonbeg, set amongst Ireland's ancient dunes on the wild Atlantic Way. Trump Turnberry, an iconic landmark for over 115 years and host of over 4 Open Championships. Trump International Scotland, a 5-star resort, ranked as one of the world's best links courses. Visit TrumpGolf.com to book your stay at one of these legendary golf destinations.
Make this the summer you realized the farther you go, the better it gets. The summer you secured a campsite that didn't require reservations, found a water park that didn't have lines, and realized that even out here, you're never alone. Make this the summer of Jeep with the most awarded SUV brand.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop, where right now, get 0% financing on all 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee WK models, plus 3 years no-cost maintenance with the Jeep Wave program.
It is the biggest prize in the world.
America's Got Talent, streaming on Peacock.
Let's go.
American speed, there's nothing like it. And this generation has it, chasing history with the whole world chasing them. The World Track and Field Championships on the networks of NBC. Coverage presented in part by Xfinity.
America. This summer, NBC Sports will be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX with stories about the next generation of athletes who are fulfilling its promise. There is still so much further we need to go.
A breathtaking course.
Glen Eagles is notorious.
Hosts a historic tournament. As the most storied athletes in golf compete for legacy, supremacy,